How many hints do you need before you can see a setup coming? Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Make sure to hit the like and leave a comment in the comment section below related to this topic. And, let's have some conversations, argue with some people, call people stupid. I don't care. Just don't be harassing, okay? Don't be harassing and subscribe. And speaking of harassing, Russell Brand has been accused of assault. And how convenient is that? You see, Russell Brand is known as being an actor. He's a comedian. But the big thing that he's been doing lately over the last couple of years is he's run a little YouTube channel where he's gotten quite a bit of subscribers. He's got like over 6, almost 7 million subs right now. And he got them by speaking truth to power, by going out there and revealing the truth behind a certain little thing that's been happening lately. Mostly the stuff that makes you sneeze, and the stuff that's happening over, way far away where it almost shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter to us. Sending all that money over there for that thing, because I'm not allowed to say certain words on this platform because I don't want YouTube to take me down. I don't want them to demonetize my channel again, even though they're completely screwing with my monetization stuff happening right now. But that's okay. We're going to fix all that, right? Right, YouTube? Right? Good. And the other thing that we're going to fix is this nonsense of people believing that these accusations are actually real. Because how is it that it's so incredibly convenient also that every time there's somebody who's speaking out against the establishment, who has a certain amount of status, who has a certain amount of power of their voice, that's actually spreading the real truth, that's really inconvenient to the narrative that's been spun for the last couple of years, and is really inconvenient to the narratives that could be spun later on in terms of hurting the trust that people have in these political institutions and these establishment institutions. How is it that all the people that do that, they always end up being like racist or they, as what happened with Russell Brand, apparently 30 years ago they were diddling 16-year-olds. It's just like, it's like how convenient that all their opponents always have like these compilation videos pop up of them saying racist things, even though it's always out of context. Shout out to Joe Rogan. Or there's always these like anonymous, Did you guys hear that there was someone who accused him? Who accused him? We're just gonna print this story, and all these burner Twitter accounts are gonna keep talking about it, and you're just gonna nod your head and say the scripted things that you're supposed to say with all the other bots. Because everyone now is following the exact same script. When talking about this story, of course, it's always, oh, Russell, he's got to be brought to jail. He's innocent until proven guilty. But, we gotta investigate it. And we all know that these accusations don't need to ever be investigated. It just needs to be put out there so the court of public opinion, all the bots that they got on these social media accounts, and all the goofy liberals who still wear their masks and who still are like getting 75 boosters and all that, are still out there who are going to spread this around, and they're always going to bury this guy now forever as the assaulter, as the pedo, or whatever it is that they're going to call Russell Brand now, as a way to smear him and as a way to kill off his message. Because now every single time he's going to say something, now what's that comment section going to look like? It's going to be a bunch of liberal trolls and bots talking about, oh, you want to talk about what's legal here? Why don't we talk about the age of consent? And all that kind of nonsense that we know is now going to happen. It's a coordinated attack. It's a coordinated attack that everyone who had been watching Russell for the last couple of years knew was going to happen. The same way we all knew it was going to happen with Joe Rogan eventually, because he was having the wrong people on his podcast. You knew something was going to come out about him. And what was it? A compilation video of him saying, and not even in the context in which he was saying it, which is that saying it as just a word. Because at the end of the day, if it's a word in the dictionary, how can you not say it in the context of it being a word? Like, it's just, like, it makes no sense. But they still made the compilation video, and people still just latched onto it because they needed something to talk about with Joe Rogan that they could actually talk out against, because everything that he was saying and people that he was bringing on, it all was turning out to be true to a degree. It might not have been thought to be true at the time, but now there's a lot of things that are being said right now by the CDC in particular that kind of vindicates some things that were said in the past. Because I guess, the science changed, as they say, even though it's like, well, if it didn't change, people knew you just didn't listen because you needed to make your billions of dollars first. And I understand that. And they didn't do it for the money. Let's be clear. They did it because they cared about protecting people first. And the billions of dollars was just a happy accident. Oh, it was just collateral damage. But now the same thing's going to happen with Russell. Everyone's going to be like, oh, it's like this person. And then there's going to be some like NPC looking person who will come out anonymously again. And it'll just be a pile on until hopefully it gives YouTube an excuse to remove him from the platform altogether, leaving 6.6 something million subscribers having to go somewhere else. And the habitual viewing habits of people is a big reason why places like Rumble still struggle to this day. There's still some success that people can have on there. And I know Russell does have some success on there, but it's nothing compared to what you can get over here on YouTube in terms of eyeballs. And all YouTube has ever needed was an excuse to get rid of somebody, even though they're not violating certain terms of services of the actual YouTube platform. If they're violating other platforms' terms of services, YouTube has used that as an excuse in the past to deplatform people in a coordinated effort. You saw it with Alex Jones. They did that as a coordinated effort. Now Alex is allowed to be a guest star on YouTube now, which that even wasn't allowed for a while by the overlords. And again, please, I know I'm talking about you on your own platform, but please do not take down my channel. I need it. It's just amazing to me that people can't see the forest through the trees on this one. It's kind of like the Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis thing, where it's like, you don't think it's kind of obvious that Scientology might have threatened their ass? That's why they did what they did. And now one of the most famous people that you can find in Hollywood who was actually speaking out against trafficking now has resigned, and now you've lost that voice, which is awfully convenient considering the people that are generally doing these coordinated attacks kind of need people not talking about the trafficking thing because they're the ones doing the trafficking. But you can't see that. And it's the same thing you can't see with Russell Brand. Russell Brand's been revealing a lot of stuff that guys like Jimmy Dore have been revealing as well. But they don't have the brand equity, no pun intended, that Russell Brand has. Russell Brand has built-in fan bases that supersede politics. He's gotten people politically engaged that weren't politically engaged beforehand. They were fans of his movies. They were fans of his comedy. And I had people saying that, oh, why would they go after him? He's not even famous. Like, Russell Brand's not famous. Oh, he's not big enough for them to care and target him. It's like, what are you talking about? We've seen people in this establishment target people with as little as 20 followers. As little as me. I had 400 subscribers at one point when they came after me, and they just went, my whole channel. Almost lost the whole channel. Had 2 active strikes at once, and I was staring at some of those videos going, I don't know what these violations are. I don't know. It could all, and it didn't, thank goodness, but they don't care. I got targeted. They came after me. They were dismissing my appeals. Like, I was just like, where is the violation happening? And they just wouldn't tell me. So it's like, it's with Jimmy Dore is recording videos beforehand, asking them to review them. They're saying, no, we won't do that. He's like, but you're going to review them after I post them? And they went, yes. It's like, so I can't get you to review them beforehand to know if I'm violating something, and then I won't post it. But you're going to let me post it and then review it after. That's what you're, yes. So there's definitely some type of coordinated effort with the social media companies, at least, to get rid of certain people. They're just looking for the excuse to do it. They're letting people sort of, for lack of a better term, hang themselves. Jeffrey Epstein. He didn't do it. He did. Which one's not going to get me kicked off you? Whichever one that YouTube likes is the one I'm saying happened to that guy. That's what I'm saying. And there was that whole thing like a couple years ago. back to the thing, Russell Brand, it was like, they're going to get him. Russell Brand did not kill himself, all that kind of stuff. And we're waiting for this, and now here it is. And they had to go to this place because Russell Brand doesn't really have a background in his comedy of touching upon like racial buttons. So it's very difficult for them to have just conjured that up, even with this new like AI voice stuff, which I guarantee you're going to start seeing a lot of that. It's going to be a lot of just voice recordings of people saying some stuff. It's going to sound just like them, and people are not going to realize that it's probably AI. That is the reason why this is happening. But hey, I'm not saying anything. I'm just delivering to you the news as it stands. So don't worry, I'm not giving any opinions here at all, even though I probably just gave opinions for a while. But I need you guys to tell me what you think of this story in the comment section below, because this is really the first big move that they made on Russell Brand. And it was the only play that they could have possibly made, something that cannot be verified, something that'll never actually be verified, that can't be proven in a court of law. So even if it does go to court, it'll just get thrown out eventually. This is all about the court of public opinion of brandishing somebody, particularly a male, with that sort of scarlet letter, instead of an A, the scarlet R. And the accusation is as good as the conviction when it comes to that, at least in the court of public opinion. And that this is going to now stay with him forever. So it's up to us to stay vigilant in this and to not allow this brandishing. Why is his last name gotta be Brand? In order to keep his voice strong and not have what happened to Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis happen to him. Russell Brand is important. That's a lot of people watch his videos. A lot of people recognize him, are fans of his, and if they're not listening to him now, may eventually listen to him later. And he's done nothing but say the truth about all the things that have happened over the last couple of years, all the major events, both domestically and internationally. So we need to stay strong with that. Make sure to subscribe to this channel, and I will see you guys with the next video next time something big happens. I don't know, maybe a politician jerked someone off in a theater. Did that happen? Yeah? Oh. Maybe.